Gustavo Adolfo Uribe here, and on this video, I'm gonna talk about. It's kind of I don't kind of a weird subject, but I figured it might do a video on it. Anyways, it's basically two types of rap aesthetics that I've noticed, observed, and there's the musical rapper, and then there's the kind of battle rapper or spoken word type of rapper. Okay, and what is the difference between that? The difference between that is that the the musical rapper, um, when they rap, it sounds very very polished. And what I mean by that is usually there's a flow for 4 bars, and then at the next 4 bars it changes the flow or the rhythmic patterns. So like for example, if you listen to 50 Cent, super musical, really polished. Dugga 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 da dugga da dugga dugga dug dugga dug dug da 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 dugga dugga dug da 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 na dugga dugga da na dugga dugga da na da na dugga 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 da na dugga dugga da na dugga dugga da na dugga dugga da dugga dugga. That's from the Massacre album. I think This Is 50. I think that's the song. So check it out and you'll hear what I'm saying. Um, so that's like super musical. That's like on the one super spectrum of the scope. Now the lyrical, or excuse me, the kind of spoken word aesthetic, that's more like battle rappers, like early Eminem, like and it's like kind of like punchline oriented, where the phrasing is trying to get to a punchline. Another example would be like sometimes Kendrick Lamar does that a lot. I feel like his rap style is heavily influenced by Eminem. But anyways, he'll do some spoken word type stuff, and like DMX, like get at me, attack me, it's kind of like spoke like bat. He's like battling. You know what I'm saying? So at that side of the spectrum, well, it I've known, or like really complicated lyrical rapper, or well, they say they're complicated lyrical rappers, but like any rapper where they're like, it's like very heavy lyrical with a bunch of wordplay and punchlines. That's on the spoken word end of the scope. Um, so in my opinion, I don't really like the spoken word stuff. I like it more musical. I like it more on the 50 Cent end of things. Um, but there are rappers that have a little bit. It's a little bit of both. For example, like Tupac. The way he delivered his rhymes was kind of orative, like a speaker, like a Martin Luther King or something. He's like, you know, very I'm speaking like this, and blah 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 blah, and everything has a weight to it, and blah blah blah. But it was very musical, and we'd have like pitches to his words. Like it would sound like in the song, like in the same like pitches of the song. So the whole point of this video is that if you're you're aspiring rapper, and you're developing your style, be conscious of that. Or if you're a rap critic or whatever, or hip hop head, there are aesthetics. There's two sides of the spectrum, and I don't think that just because you're super lyrical and you have punchlines and wordplay or whatever, that to me is not lyrical. That's just an aesthetic. That's closer to a spoken word aesthetic. The problem that I have with that is that sometimes the rappers don't really realize that lyrics are supposed to be sung. And in my opinion, a rapper is a singer. So therefore, if the lyrics of the song are not musical, if they're not in the key of the song, if they don't follow the phrasing of the song, then it clashes, right? So if you're doing your spoken word style to a song, it's probably gonna clash. So when you're doing lyrical type stuff or spoken word type stuff, usually you need like a beat that's very, somewhat simple, in my opinion. Um, so yeah. So another problem that you run into is that with the spoken word type of aesthetic is that because the song has lyrics and lyrics are supposed to be sung, they have to be shaped in a way where it does somewhat the rhythmic pattern somewhat change every 4 bars. A lot. I mean, I sometimes I was like today. I was scrolling through the Instagram, and they had like a clip of a rapper guy, and he's doing his thing, and he's doing his like spoken word style. It was like, I bet I got a girl from Chicago, but the blah 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 blah. And then it's like he got his punchline and it was cool, and I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But then the flow was still the continuing, and the problem was is that his flow was like the same throughout the whole song, and that's the trap that spoken word rappers get into. All right, because songwriting is a craft, and you have to change guideline. You should change your rhythmic patterns at least every 4 bars. It doesn't have to be like a robot, but as a general rule, the rhythmic patterns need to somewhat change, or else it gets boring. It's like, oh man, it's the same flow. It's the same flow. And I challenge you guys to find it. You'll find that there's a bunch of rappers out there that the flow will not change. And then you're like, man, there's something about this song I can't, I'm not feeling it or whatever. It's because of that, And when you hear a hit rap song, you will notice that the flows will change somewhat every 4 bars, bro. 2 to 4 bars, something's changing. At least some type of variation or something. So that's something that is very important to me, is that the lyrics, the most important thing about lyrics, contrary to popular belief, it's not about wordplay. It's not about metaphors or whatever. That's not a big deal. That's like secondary. The most important thing about rap lyrics is that it's musical, because it's still lyrics. They still belong in the umbrella of songwriting, where the sounds of the words, the scansion, meaning like the consonants and the vowels, they need to be somewhat musical. The rhymes, whatever, in the accents of the phrasing, they need to be musical. There are spoken word aesthetic rappers that may pull it off. I'm not gonna be bumping them in my car, because to me it just sounds too how do you say, the dissonance, where it just doesn't make sense. The word doesn't escapes me at this moment. But anyways, that's not the point. The point is that hopefully that you guys got some type of insight from this video. Again, if I'm not making sense, just please comment, and then I'll make it more in detail, or do a different angle of it, because I don't think people really talk about that. There's like this holy grail of lyricism, but it's like, nah, cholo, like a hit song is lyricism. A hit song is effective lyric writing. Even if it's trash, if it sounds good and people are bobbing their heads, there's something right about what's going on. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for watching. If you disagree with me or whatever, put in the comment. Let's start discussion. Let's talk about it. Whatever. Thank you for watching.